Reezonn, owner of the Reezonn Sports Network, reporting live at the Reezonn Sports Center, and today we have the best high school football plays from week 2. And throughout this compilation, you'll see a lot of subscribers to the channel making plays, a lot of Patreon members making plays. Today you will see the future of college football and the future of the NFL. Also, if you want a character in the Reezonn Sports Network universe, then make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video. The first play that we'll talk about is 5-star quarterback Josh Prince delivers this dime versus Katy High School in Texas. Prince is an Alabama commit, and a lot of scouts are saying that Prince may end up being one of the greatest high school prospects of all time when it's all said and done. He's currently a junior in high school. Such a beautiful throw though. This shows off the overall arm talent of Josh Prince. Since Prince is from South Florida, I always thought that he would go to Miami, but to my surprise, he committed to Alabama. I thought we'd see a decommit by now, but I think Josh Prince is 100% committed to Bama. He was recently there for a visit. You have to check out this play from 5-star wide receiver Kato Hendricks. He breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, and then outruns the entire defense for a long touchdown run in a huge game, a top 10 matchup. This is pure athleticism right here. Catches the ball on the screen, breaks the tackle, regains his balance, and then the acceleration. It's just flat out ridiculous. Hendricks made so many eye-popping plays in this game against Coco. He showed why he is the #1 recruit in the class of 3023. Going to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, we had a Patreon member, Stephon Riley, with a huge play in this ball game, juking out the safety and outrunning the defense for a touchdown. I love players that have that football instinct like Stephon Riley. He caught the ball on a slant, saw that he had leverage on the safety, made one little cut, and then he was off to the races. This was one of the best catches from the weekend. DK Moreno, a 4-star wide receiver for Centennial High School in California, adjusts to this terrible football, dives out in the middle of the field, and makes an amazing catch. DK Moreno is also a Patreon member, and he's been one of the most exciting players in high school. This right here was one of the greatest throws of the weekend. Graham Thompson, the quarterback for Bixby High School in Oklahoma, throws this pass that I thought was initially going to get intercepted, but then the running back outruns the defense, perfect touch from the quarterback, and it's a touchdown. Graham Thompson dropped it right in the bucket on this play. His stats already this season are crazy. In 2 games, he has 10 touchdowns to 1 interception. First off, just look at the flick of the wrist. The ball just comes out with ease. And then he dropped it right in the bucket. Running back ran right by the 2 defenders, and that just shows you the quarterback and the running back are on sync. Right here in a huge game versus the #1 team in the nation, Mikey Reynolds shuts down this route, picks it off, and takes it all the way to the house. Mikey Reynolds is a 4-star safety at Servite High School, and he made a huge play that really broke open the game. Mater Dei was the #1 team in the nation coming into this ball game. Servite, their rival, was ranked 19th. Mikey Reynolds made this huge play, and it led to this upset. Reynolds is a 4-star safety that was committed to the University of Utah. He's now since decommitted, and he's a guy that I'd imagine that most teams would covet. He's a strong safety with a lot of positional versatility. You can slide him in as like a dime linebacker, you can slide him in as a nickel corner, you can slide him in at free safety. He can do it all for your team. Probably the hardest hitter in all of high school football, and on top of that, he's a very underrated athlete. Great change of direction ability and decent speed on him as well. This right here was my favorite matchup of the weekend. 3-star cornerback Adonis Villon going up against the freshman phenom Princeton Butler. Butler with this fake stem inside gets Villon all out of sorts and has a huge touchdown play. But before this play, these two would be matched up one-on-one. They would move Butler to the slot to try to get a good matchup on him with him and Adonis. Quarterback throws up a jump ball. and Adonis velo with the interception. Both of these guys were jawing at each other, talking trash all ball game. Adonis won some of his matchups, Princeton won some of his matchups. But this right here was another instance in where Princeton won his matchup on Adonis. He had Adonis all lost in the sauce on this play. Princeton finished the day with over 200 receiving yards, showing everyone why he's such a highly regarded freshman player. But not all of those 200 yards were on Adonis. Adonis held his own as well. When we talk about freshman phenoms, we have to talk about LaRon Dimes. In this Bishop Gorman versus Allen game, Dimes with an incredible juke ends up breaking a tackle, staying in bounds, and then with a stiff arm to get extra yardage. I don't think that there's a player in high school football that's made more of an impact on his team than LaRon Dimes. In all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams, just look at this right here. Breaks the tackle, stays in bounds, and then the stiff arm to get about 10 more yards. Crazy. Going down to Bradenton, Florida, where we have IMG Academy going up against St. John's College High School. Here, Bryson James makes an unbelievable play, getting the ball on an out route, making a man miss in the open field, and getting inside of the 10-yard line, setting up a first down and goal. And he did this in front of a Georgia coach. He beat the man that was guarding him so bad that it didn't even look like that they were playing man coverage. And then what an amazing play from Bryson James, a 5-star tight end that plays for IMG Academy. During his sophomore season, Bryson put up 2,000 receiving yards as a tight end. If that wasn't good enough, he's only played 3 games in 30-21 and he has over 700 receiving yards. Bryson James is truly something special, and I think any college football team that can get their hands on him will be a very lucky team. Right here is one of my favorite catches of the weekend. 4-star wide receiver Amon Day scooping the ball up off of the ground. Day is one of my favorite players in the nation. Not gonna wow you with his speed, but he has some of the best hands and best body control out of anybody in high school football. I've seen him week after week make catches like this time and time again. Going back to the Washington, D.C. area where we have Cato Hendricks once again making an unbelievable play to get to the end zone. I think he went untouched on this play when I take a closer look. He's the best wide receiver I've ever seen in the screen game. You can give him the ball anywhere on the football field and he's a threat to score. It's almost like there's no wasted movements when it comes to Cato Hendricks. Gets the ball on the screen, catches it, and as soon as that right foot hits the ground, he makes the cut and he's off to the end zone. Another great catch right here. Malachi Pierre, a Patreon member, gets a jump ball from the quarterback and he reaches over the defender and catches the rock. During week 2, there were a lot of plays that wide receivers made on jump balls, making insane catches. But my favorite jump ball catch from week 2 was this catch right here in the Mallard Creek versus St. Thomas Aquinas game down in Fort Lauderdale. It's the 4th quarter. St. Thomas is down by 2 scores. They need to make a huge play. They're getting desperate. Quarterback throws it up right here, and Stephon Riley just mosses the defender. Jacarius Best, one of the best defenders in the nation, makes an unbelievable play right here. The left guard tries to block Best. He drives him all the way back into the quarterback's lap, forcing another TFL. Even though Grayson got blown out by Marietta in this game, Jacarius Best showed why he's a 5-star recruit and he's only a sophomore. Another Patreon member, Dante Freeman, going up against Trinity High School in Texas. He gets jammed early on the play, but they're playing zone. Quarterback throws it on the money and he makes this guy miss like crazy. This was also a huge play in the ball game. Duncanville were losing by 7. It was less than 2 minutes left to go in the ball game, and they ended up winning this game. And a lot of it had to do with this clutch play right here from Freeman. After this game, we'll stay in the state of Texas where the DeSoto Eagles were playing against Archbishop Hoban from Akron, Ohio. Deep in their own end zone, 5-star quarterback Von Darren Adams delivers a strike across the middle of the field, and his running back, his brother LaDarren Adams, makes a huge play. Now I think if LaDarren would have just stayed and ran down the sideline, he could have outran that defender. Made a little mistake, but it was still a huge gain in this ball game. Now, we recently talked about the Trinity versus Duncanville game where Dante Freeman made an insanely clutch play to tie the game versus Trinity. Well, their defense would end up getting a stop, and Dante Freeman had an opportunity to make another clutch play with less than a minute left to go in the ball game. It's easy to give credit to the wide receiver Dante Freeman for making these two huge plays, but this one right here was a dime by Marius Friedel, his quarterback, and they ended up winning the game off that. Early in this video, we talked about Green Thompson, the quarterback from Bixby, making an unbelievable throw. Right here, he makes an unbelievable run, showing off the pocket presence to get away from the defender and the stop-start ability right here. Going back to the state of Florida where 5-star quarterback Josh Prince is against Katy High School, and right here he throws a dime to 4-star wide receiver Bo Carter, and all he had to do was stick his hands out and run into the end zone. Carter's one of the fastest players in high school football, and he has the highest yards per catch average out of anyone in high school. On this play, Jacarius Best does an amazing job at tracking down Brian Musket, one of the fastest and most athletic quarterbacks in the country. Best hits the right tackle with the spin move and then the speed to get Musket on the ground for the sack. Back to Fort Lauderdale, Stephon Riley going up against Mallard Creek. At first glance, I thought that this was an incomplete pass. You have to give a lot of credit to this quarterback. He put the ball right on the money. At first, I thought this was an incomplete pass, but he did get his left foot down. Princeton Butler, the freshman phenom for Trinity High School in Texas, makes a great catch right here, diving to adjust to a poorly thrown football. 4-star running back Jermaine McLeod against Bishop Sycamore. He showed that he was a grown man all game, especially on this play. Bounced the run to the outside, hit him with the spin move inside, and got even more yardage. Early in this video, we kept on talking about Cato Hendricks and the amazing plays that he made in the screen game, showing off his yards after catch ability. But this play right here shows you that Cato Hendricks isn't just a one-trick pony. He's not just a yards after the catch guy. He's more of a polished route runner than you think. And this play right here shows off his route running ability. Running the dig versus man coverage, the subtle head fakes and body movements absolutely bakes the cornerback. Then he makes the safety miss. It looks like he's running a corner route, gives him the head fake, plants his left foot down in the ground, catches the rock, then he makes the cut on the safety, got him looking stupid too. There's not much that a high school defender can do versus this. This play right here was a pivotal play in this ball game. Fourth quarter, Josh Prince gets the ball on an option, outruns this defender right here. Now he's going down the sideline. Prince makes a stupid decision, trying to hurdle, ends up fumbling the football, put the ball back into Katie's hands, and it was a one-score game. Miramar almost had a nightmare situation. They could have got upset this game and lost their chance of winning the national championship. Josh Prince doesn't make a lot of mistakes, but this was one that he made right here. Luckily for Miramar, they pulled out the W, and it's a 1 versus 2 matchup versus St. Francis this week. Back to Bixby, Oklahoma, where they played against De La Salle High School from California, and star quarterback Green Thompson with a big boy NFL throw here. Great anticipation, accuracy, and arm strength. Another Dante Freeman highlight in this back and forth game in Texas. He straight up boxes out the defender, mosses him, and it's a touchdown. Speaking about mossing people, this tight end Bryson James went over 2 dudes, snatched the ball out the air. There's a reason why this man has 700 receiving yards in the season in 3 games. 5-star quarterback Von Adams puts the ball right on the money, throwing with anticipation, accuracy, showing off his arm talent. Von Adams is a subscriber to the channel, and this wide receiver 3-star Kari Huff, another subscriber to the channel, is committed to the University of Oregon. One of the best freshmen in the nation, Jake Andrews from Jenks High School in Oklahoma. Great job right here. Locks down his wide receiver. Soon as quarterback throws it to the other man, he shares the block and punishes the receiver. Jacarius Best is one of the most gifted athletes in the nation. Read the screen immediately, stopped on a dime, and then ran down the running back from the opposite side of the field. Even beat some of his teammates getting to the spot. I think the reason why Trinity will be in a lot more games than people expected them to this season is because Princeton Butler makes plays on offense and special teams. Juked out an entire defense, but he didn't have enough gas in the tank to take it all the way. Back to Broward County, Florida, where we have 5-star quarterback Josh Prince making a typical Josh Prince play. Nobody open, decides to step up in the pocket, take off, and he bullies himself into the end zone. And this last play is not a Dante Freeman highlight, even though Dante Freeman was great in this game. He runs a dig across the middle and gets punished by the middle linebacker. He still had 2 clutch plays to seal the game. He wasn't that hurt, but that was the best high school football plays for week 2 in the 30-21 high school football season. But anyways, it's Reezonn, owner of the Reezonn Sports Network. Make sure y'all like the video, make sure y'all comment on the video, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, make sure you click on the post notification bell too. Also, if you want a character on this channel, then make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video. You can be a character in the Reezonn Sports Network universe. We make content for high school, college, and the pros. You can submit a form. The link will be in the description. However, if you sign up with Patreon, you'll have a lot more customization and control over your character. The link will be in the description. You can also view your player's season and career stats online. The link will be in the description. I also added a social media feature for the universe to be more immersive. The link to that video will also be in the description. If you don't have Patreon but you still want to be featured on the channel more, then make sure you're active in the comment section. You being consistently active reminds me to put you on the channel in some way. When you submit a form, your character will be put in the universe. You can see yourself in a live stream or video when teams play, but it's highly unlikely that you'll see me controlling your player throughout a game if you don't have Patreon. Signing up with Patreon gives you control over attributes, accessories, gives you a GTA face, control over your backstory, and you'll be one of the best players in the universe. If you want to see the #1 wide receiver in high school go to class and then dominate in his ball game, then click this video right here.